The anime begins with a group of children dreaming of becoming heroes when they grow up. Their ambition is to become treasure hunters, traveling the world to explore treasure vaults in pursuit of wealth, glory, and ultimately, the title of the greatest heroes. They all aim to reach the imperial capital, Zerbrudia, one day. Later, we meet Cray, a young man walking alone in the rain. It's revealed that treasure hunters are seen as heroes in the imperial capital. These hunters venture into dangerous ruins, known as treasure vaults, to collect hidden artifacts. Treasure hunting is a perilous job where hunters face monsters called phantoms, but in return, they can achieve great wealth and fame. One of the most skilled clans in the capital, First Steps, is holding interviews for new members at a tavern. A clan is described as a group of parties that support each other because a hunter can only accomplish so much alone. To reach higher goals, hunters must join a strong party to grow with their comrades. Cray, unfortunately, hasn't succeeded in joining one yet. When he arrives at the tavern hoping to join a party, a girl named Rhoda approaches him. Rhoda introduces herself, mentioning that she recently reached level 3. Cray introduces himself in return. Rhoda explains that she has been working solo, but struggled with a treasure vault called the White Wolf's Den. A nearby patron named Greg overhears her and mocks her for attempting such a dangerous vault at level 3, calling her an amateur. Rhoda, upset at being called an amateur, becomes even angrier when Greg tells her that level 3 is considered average elsewhere, meaning she's basically a beginner. He advises her to go home before she gets hurt. Furious, Rhoda draws her sword to attack him. Just then, a guard intervenes, warning them that any more disturbances will cost them their chance of joining the clan. Afterward, Cray and Rhoda enter the tavern, where Rhoda is amazed by the number of hunters, having never been in such a place before. Cray, on the other hand, tells her it's his 5th time visiting. Cray reflects that in the world of hunters, skill is everything. Those with talent can rise quickly and make a name for themselves, while those without talent must take whatever opportunity comes their way. Rhoda asks about the party, and Cray explains that the party conducting the interviews is Brave Arc, the strongest in the capital. Brave Arc once completed a level 7 treasure vault with only 6 members, cementing their elite status. Cray points out their leader, Arc Rodan, sitting at a table. He also mentions that Brave Arc has never accepted new members through these events, as far as he knows. When Rhoda asks about an office in the back, Cray doesn't respond. Greg explains that it belongs to the original founders of the First Steps clan. This group is called the Hazani, a title given to a young group who arrived in the capital a few years ago. Their talent allowed them to become one of the top parties in the city. Their full name is the Sad Souls, and they are Cray's childhood friends. The large turnout for this event is due to the Hazani accepting new members for the first time. Soon, an adventurer named Gilbert arrives, hoping to join the Hazani. He boasts about being level 4 and claims he doesn't have time for weaklings, saying he came because he heard the best were gathering and intends to be one of the strongest hunters. A girl named Tino stops him, telling him to know his place. Despite the vice president's warning to avoid conflict, Tino insists that she deserves to join the Sad Souls, angering Gilbert, who challenges her to a duel. Concerned, Cray urges Rhoda to leave, fearing they might get caught in the conflict. Just as they prepare to leave, Tino rushes toward them to stop him. At that moment, Arc appears and welcomes Cray, stating that nothing would have been accomplished without him, as he is the clan master and leader of the Sad Souls. This revelation surprises everyone. Years ago, when Cray and his childhood friends arrived in the capital, they quickly completed beginner treasure vaults and defeated monsters. They all chased the dream of becoming treasure hunters together. However, Cray felt ordinary compared to his exceptionally talented friends, leading him to decide to leave the party. But instead of letting him go, his friends asked him to lead them, recognizing his talent for leadership and his unique skills. Cray was initially shocked when his childhood friends asked him to become their leader, as he had always wanted to retire from being a hunter. However, he eventually accepted the role, despite his reluctance. In the present, everyone is surprised to learn that Cray is the master of the First Steps clan. During a conversation with Ark, Tino warns Ark to stay away from Cray, saying his arrogance is contagious. Ark mocks Tino, finding her amusing and accusing her of spying on the crowd while pretending to be a commoner. Cray admits he didn't have time to prepare, and Ark teases him for not wearing the formal outfit they were all supposed to wear. Cray responds that hunters never listen to him, so Ark isn't the only one at fault. Tino, upset with Cray, suggests removing him from the clan list for his disrespectful attitude. Cray explains that Tino is an independent hunter affiliated with the Steps, trained by one of his childhood friends. Ark then mentions he has found a promising new candidate. Despite Cray insisting they already have enough members, Ark insists that he has found someone worth considering. Cray agrees to trust Ark's judgment. Tino, however, declares that while it's an honor to be chosen, she has already decided to join Cray and isn't interested in joining anyone else's party. At that moment, Gilbert appears, arrogantly stating that if Cray wants him so badly, he might consider joining. Cray questions why Gilbert, a level 4 hunter, isn't affiliated with any party. Gilbert responds that he wields the Sword of Torment, but Cray points out that the weapon won't make him a strong addition right away, though with training from Ark and others, that could change. Cray admits that he isn't great at judging people and tends to rely on luck when choosing members. He then makes a deal with Gilbert, saying he will recommend him to Ark, but only if he proves his ability not to lose. When asked what the most important quality in a hunter is, Cray explains that not losing is crucial because lack of strength would put the party at risk. Gilbert, confidently, declares that he has never lost since becoming a hunter, shocking everyone. Cray privately doubts that Gilbert has faced a real battle yet. To test him, Cray removes a ring from his finger and offers it as a challenge. Whoever retrieves the artifact will be recommended to Ark. He throws the ring, and while Tino immediately attacks Gilbert, she cannot find the ring. Cray reveals that the ring is an artifact, and whoever finds it will be allowed to keep it. The next morning, Cray receives news of a massive brawl that took place during Ark the Brave's recruitment event, which ended with the venue being blown up. Luckily, there were no injuries, but the Association of Explorers wants to speak with Cray about the incident. Ark finds the situation amusing, while Cray instructs Eva to bill Ark for the tavern's repairs and make sure Ark attends the meeting with the association. Eva points out that Cray relies too much on Ark and that the association specifically requested his presence. Cray, knowing the branch manager Garak, declines to go, predicting that Garak will come to him instead. He also mentions that his stealth tool, a mask allowing him to disguise himself, is broken, making it inconvenient to leave without guards. Despite his reluctance, Cray decides to meet with Garak. At the mansion, Cray apologizes to Garak for the chaos, explaining that the damage was only material and that no civilians were harmed. He adds that the tavern owner understands the situation. Kina, another character, tries to calm Cray down and asks Garak not to be too harsh. She hands Cray a book. Garak insists that even without formal complaints, a prominent clan like First Steps must set a good example for other hunters, and letting them get away with this behavior wouldn't be right. Cray explains that the Association of Explorers, or Guild, assigns jobs to hunters, some of which are poorly paid, have tight deadlines, and are extremely difficult. These are often referred to as routine work, and Cray struggles to find anyone willing to take them. Kina jokes that Cray's talent for provoking others has reached new levels. Cray responds by selecting an easy task and assigning it to Ark. Eventually, he finds a rescue mission, which he emphasizes should be taken seriously. Cray goes to find Ark, But Tino informs him that Ark has been summoned by nobles and will be away for a while. She shows Cray the ring, stating that she didn't want anyone else to touch it. Cray, surprised, mentions that he received a mission from the Association of Explorers, but accidentally drops the paper. Later, Cray is seen chaining Tino, expressing his deep disappointment, saying it was the biggest shock of his life. He never imagined she would do something so awful. Tino defends herself, explaining that she didn't deceive him and had no intention of using cheap tricks. She simply wanted to go out for ice cream. Instead, Cray forced her into this tough routine work, which offers minimal compensation and has a long contract. Tino, still at level 4, argues that there's no way she can save 5 people alone. She acknowledges that Cray sends them on dangerous missions to make them stronger, but pleads with him not to overdo it with the harsh training. Cray responds by asking if she doesn't want to go alone, then reveals that the mission is in the White Wolf's den. This is the end of episode 1.